Instead of looking for assurance and approval from someone else, you're giving that to yourself. Empower yourself, girl. It's Jess. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having an amazing day so far. In today's video, I am doing the next episode of my Girl Boss series, and today's video is all about confidence. Now, so many of you guys have been wanting to see this video for so long. This is definitely one of my most requested topics, but every time it's suggested, I definitely have wanted to do it, but I've put it off. And for lack of a better concise way of putting it, I just felt unconfident about talking about confidence. Now, my reason behind saying this is that I think confidence is a journey. I think it's something that undulates, it's something that changes day to day. And though you definitely can grow in confidence and become very confident in aspects of your life, I don't think that anybody is 100% confident in every single aspect of their life 100% of the time. But I do think that by changing certain things in your life, the way you go about certain things, how you react to certain things, just shifting your perspective from one way to another, I think that can immensely help grow your confidence and make you be a generally more confident person. So in today's video, I am sharing 9 tips to help you along your confidence journey to be the ultimate confident girl boss that I know you are. Of course, if you guys are not subscribed yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below to join the family. And with that, let's hop right on in. Instead of comparing yourself to other people, work towards improving yourself. I think a lot of lack of confidence definitely comes from comparing yourself to other people. I read this quote once that I really believe is true, and the quote says, "Comparison is the thief of joy." And I 100% agree with that, because if you are constantly comparing yourself to other people and looking at all the things that you don't have that they have instead, it completely takes away and makes you forget about all of the wonderful things that you do have. And not only does that undermine your gratitude, it also makes you feel unconfident in who you are, all the things you've accomplished, and it just kind of like sweeps everything you've done under the rug. Now, I do think social media plays a huge part in just the comparing yourself to other people, because never before ever in history have we ever had such access of so many people and so many people's lives. Now, while I do think social media is an amazing thing, you have to realize that a lot of social media is people's highlight reels. There are very few people who share the bad parts of their life on social media, and there's definitely nothing wrong with just showing your best moments, because not many people want, the bad parts of their life out on the internet. But it is important to realize that not everything on social media is how it seems. Not everybody is great all of the time, no matter how much it seems like it is. It's just not. Something important to also keep in mind that I have touched about in a previous video is that sometimes on social media, people completely make up a facade. They put together something on social media to make their life seem so amazing and grand, and that they travel a lot and do this and that. That's not always true. People sometimes will, rent a car for a day and flex and put it on Instagram. They don't actually own that car, they rented it for a day. And all this to say, you never really know what's going on behind the scenes, and I know it's hard to not compare yourself to people on social media, but definitely take all what I've said into account. Now, to bounce off the last tip, if you are following people on social media that every time you see their posts makes you feel insecure and unconfident, and you just don't feel good about yourself after seeing their post, girl, unfollow them. To get quite honest with you guys, this is something that I have struggled with, where I am following someone on social media, and every time I see their post, I find myself comparing, feeling crappy about myself, and just completely disregarding everything that I've done and who I am. And then one day I just thought about it, and I was like, why am I following these people? Why am I following this gal who every time I see her post, I compare myself to her? So I went through and I unfollowed all those people. Now when I go on Instagram, I feel like I have a really good relationship with Instagram, where I'm not seeing people and pictures and posts that make me feel bad about myself. And that's what social media should be for. If it's just social media in general, take a detox from it. Delete the app for a week, spend a week off of Instagram or Twitter or whatever social media platform you're not enjoying. See how that changes how you think and feel about yourself and just everything in general. And the last last tip that bounces off the previous tips is I want you guys to make a goal for yourself. Make a goal that every single day you are just gonna try to be better than who you were yesterday. Now, I've talked about this tip before. This is one of the big tips that has been a game changer for me. In the past, I really struggled with comparing myself to people, especially in the content creation space. I'd always feel inadequate and like I wasn't a good enough content creator. One day I came across this thing that said something along the lines of, instead of comparing yourself and trying to be better than other people, just try to be better than yourself. So ever since I've read that quote, I really tried to implement that into multiple facets of my life, whether it's in content creation and YouTube, to being a good wife, to being a good person, to being a good Christian, whatever aspect of my life. It feels so good to just be working on myself for myself, not because I'm trying to be better than someone else, but because I'm trying to be better for me. Be better, be kinder, be a more understanding person. Try learning a new skill or doing something you've never done before. Focus on becoming the best version of yourself every single day. This one is a huge one that I think so many girl bosses out there and just so many women and gals and just people in general do and struggle with. Stop apologizing for every dang thing. This is something that I have historically always struggled with. I am someone who is a huge apologizer. I say sorry for everything and to anyone, even if they don't deserve a sorry. I apologize when someone else bumps into me. I apologize to my chair when I trip over it, when I drop something on the ground. I just apologize. It's ingrained in me, and I think it's ingrained in so many, especially women, that we feel the need to apologize for everything and for nothing. A couple years ago, when a movement kind of started to say thank you instead of sorry. Up until recently, I kind of forgot about this. I decided to research this, and oh my gosh, it is a great reason for why. I'm gonna read my notes because I wrote them really concisely. The reason that saying sorry for everything and nothing all the time is not a good thing is because it undermines you, it reaffirms the lack of confidence in yourself, it's self-deprecating, and it concretes your self-doubt in you and in other people. So for example, if you were telling a story to a friend and at the end you say, sorry, I'm just rambling, it instills that feeling of self-doubt and self-deprecating in yourself, and it also shares it to the other person. Instead of saying, sorry for rambling, say, thank you for listening to me. Ultimately, the reason to say thank you instead of sorry is because it empowers you. Instead of looking for assurance and approval from someone else, you're giving that to yourself. You're not seeking it from someone else, you're just giving it to yourself. And of course, this is different than when you make a mistake and you say sorry or you're seeking for someone's forgiveness. Then of course you say sorry. I'm talking about when people just say sorry for nothing, about nothing. Empower yourself, girl. At the end of every day, or maybe at the end of the week, I don't know, however you like to measure time, make a list of all of the things that you accomplished. So often I find that at the end of the day, when I'm reflecting on my day, I feel like I did nothing. I genuinely feel and think that I did nothing. Even if I did a ton of stuff, I conquered the day, I hustled, I was productive, I often feel like I did nothing. It makes me feel crappy and not good enough, but God bless my husband for pulling my head out of my butt, because he would make me go throughout my day and recount all of the stuff I did. And now I do this on my own. At the end of the day or at the end of the week, I like to make lists of all of the things that I did accomplish. And just seeing a tangible list, or maybe just say it audibly, I feel like it's amazing because it really brings to light how much you really did. Just recognize all of the amazing things that you do every single day. This tip I actually got from Kristen Johns on her Kristen Made account. Kristen Johns is another content creator that I really admire and look up to. She made this challenge. Next time you feel tempted to speak badly about yourself or think negatively about yourself, say something special and unique about yourself. Turn your negative thoughts into positive ones and encouraging ones. Whether you realize it or not, negative thoughts impact how we see ourselves, how we carry ourselves, how we allow others to see us, and most importantly, our mental health. So next time you look in the mirror and you want to say, oh, I hate how I look today, flip it around and say something positive. Say, I love how I look today. Or maybe I love how I treat people with kindness. I love how I always make other people feel comfortable. I love how I take care of people. And try saying them out loud. Right now, when I was just saying all those things, I was just trying to pick things that I would say. Just saying them out loud kind of just made me feel good about myself. Very oddly enough. Hold yourself accountable, say positive things instead of negative. If you guys guys don't know what imposter syndrome is, it's basically feeling unqualified to be in a certain position. For example, if you get hired at a new job and you feel like you're not meant to be there, like you're not good enough to be there, like you're unqualified to be there, that is the feeling of imposter syndrome. I recently dealt with this. I was on a panel with some really big creators. For quite a while, I felt very unqualified to be on that panel because I felt that I did not have nearly the amount of merits that they did to be on that panel. Then I had this realization. I was there for a reason. I was there because someone else thought I was qualified to be there. Someone picked me out of dozens or hundreds or thousands. I don't know how many people were considered. I was chosen, and that's what qualifies me. That's something that you should remember next time you feel imposter syndrome or not good enough. Realize that you were there for a reason. You were there because someone chose you to be there because of who you are or your skills or your talent. If someone is out there believing in you, then you should too. This one is a big one that I think so many people, especially gals, struggle with. When someone compliments you, say thank you, and for bonus points, say a compliment back. Now, I'm not talking about creepy guys catcalling you on the street, because that deserves a visual gesture that I won't get into because at the most we are PG-13 on this channel. I'm talking about when someone is like, you did a great job, or you look great today. You are such a good friend. Don't underappreciate yourself. Recognize that, yeah, you are a hard worker. Yeah, you are a good student. Yeah, you are a good friend. Recognize that and say thank you. Appreciate yourself. You internalize it. You put into yourself that, yeah, I'm not that good of a friend. I'm not that worthy of a person. I'm not that hard of a worker. I'm not that good of a student. But if you say thank you and you're like, thank you so much, throw that compliment right back. It feels good to compliment people. It feels good to make others feel good about themselves. Our last tip is one that is so important to remember. No one can do it all. No one. There's not a single person in the whole world who can do everything. No matter how much social media or the outward appearance of their life or how much they have it together might seem, it is physically impossible to do everything perfectly 100% of the time, and it's an impossible thing to strive for. The best thing that you can strive for and work towards every day is to just do your best. Like, try your best. Work your best, be your best. When you have so much going on and someone asks you, can you do this other thing? And you know in your mind and in your heart, you can't take on another thing. You will literally implode if you take on another thing. Don't say yes. There's not a single person who can do it all. Learn to say no. Learn to say no for you, for your mental health, for just being a sane person and not falling apart. Learn to say no and recognize that no one can do it all, and you should not have to feel like you have to try. Learn to take time for yourself, learn to not overwhelm yourself, and learn to take care of yourself. Self-care is important. That's what I'm gonna end on today. Okay, to the outro. That is a wrap on today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that if you have been struggling with confidence and just being confident in yourself or parts of your life, I really hope that this video helped you, and I hope these tips and tricks and advice and experiences, I just really hope they gave you some insight and guidance, and I hope you guys learned from what I've gone through, so hopefully you don't have to go through the same things. If you are watching this and you have come up or learned something about confidence, or have a tip of your own about confidence, please share it in the comment section, because you never really know who it might help. I think it's so important to realize that confidence and being confident in who you are and what you're about is just something you need to be aware of and work towards. And like, you should be proud of who you are, because you are special, you are unique, you are amazing, and nobody can take that away from you. You have the power to decide who you are every single day. You have the power to bring it, to make your life be whatever you want to be. And I just want to give you guys all that I can to help you guys be the most confident, ultimate girl bosses out there, because I love you guys. I love my community. Off topic for a second, because I know I did not address it at the beginning. As you guys can see, I'm in a new space. If you guys keep up with me on Instagram, and if you don't, you should. But I have moved and I'm so excited. So basically, long story short, my husband and I moved from our last apartment. If you guys have been following me for a while, you might know that we only moved there in December. But to sum it up in a very quick way, it just was not a good fit for us, and we did not like it. And there were a lot of problems, a lot of behind the scene things with the apartment complex. And basically we were like, peace out. This is not working. And we moved to a new apartment. We upgraded in bedroom amount. We ended up getting a 3-bedroom. We used to have a 2. And the reason that having a 3-bedroom is so exciting because I now have my own office, and I'm so excited because I've always shared a bedroom office where I have a desk in the bedroom, and just the lack of split between work and home. It's like the whole thing was studying in your bed. It was that same kind of thing. And I oftentimes found it very hard to be productive, but now I have my own office and it's beautiful and it's bright and I love it. And I have already like been kicking some butt. I'm gonna do like a decorate with me vlog if you guys are interested in that. Keep an eye out for it. There will be a lot of like background changes. I know right now it's kind of bald and naked, but we're gonna improve that. We're gonna fix it. Let's head on over to Pinterest. A lot of people ask me where I get my quotes from. They're from Pinterest. If you guys want to check me out on Pinterest, I pin a lot of stuff because I love getting inspired by Pinterest. There's some great stuff on there. Ooh, okay, I think I just found a good one. I think it's quite pertinent to today's topic of this video. And today's quote says, "Call me crazy, but I like to see other people happy and succeeding. Life is a journey, not a competition." Keep that in mind, guys, as we go into the week. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you have an amazing rest of the day. I love you guys lots, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.
I quote stars every day, planet, Kobe, Rayman. I'm ahead, floating, hoping defeat doesn't connect to my body of work. The times I was going berserk, when life was a jerk, found a smirk through the melodies. A video games became therapy. A regularity heartbeat was still propelling. Everybody raps now, only few compelling.